Hi, today we want to make a simple exercise here with Python and with numbers. We wanted to make divide an amount of money, for example. It could be also something else. Let's say 1,000 euros. We want to divide it for three different people, and we want to call this one A, B, and C, and we want to make it um, in proportion to the amount of work of hour or work they spend on this project. So let's see, this one spent 20 hours, and this one spent 15 hours in this project, and this one spent 35 hours in this project. So how much money they um, do they we will give them for the work they've done in proportion to this amount of hours they did. So we're gonna make it in Python, and we're gonna also make it possible to um, make some exercises for our students, and we want to generate different exercise. Let's say an amount of 10 different exercises for every student. So let's see how to do this. And we're gonna make a class exercise, and let's save this one into a folder that we are going to call um, reparto, and as it's in Italian, and reparto.py, it's this division of this amount of money. So how we're gonna do that? Let's make one simple class here, and def dunder self. So let's say amount like the money we want to divide, and let's see the different quote here, and like quotes. So self amount equal amount, and self quote equal quotes. Okay, so now this is the input data that we are going to give to our exercise number one, and we're gonna give it 1000, as we said, like in here, 20, 15, 35. So 20 in a list, 15 and 35. So then we want to have x1 dot solution, and let's say so equal x1 solution, and then we want to x1 dot print solution. Okay, so we gotta create another class here, solution self, and what we need to do is to self cdr, like the self amount divided by some quotes, and this is the in Italian it's coefficiente di riparto, and it's the amount of money that you will give for every hour. So let's say that 1 hour, so this division coefficient, don't know how to say it in English, but it's just 1 hour of work will be paid, will give to every worker 1000 divided by the sum of the hours, the total hours. So this is 35 and 35 and is 70 divided by 70. So, and it's 1.42 dollars for every hour. So in our class we will find this CDR, we call it this way. Once we get the CDR, we will get for worker in quotes, or better for hours worked in quotes, we are going to, let's say, worker sum, the sum to give to every worker. Let's put it into this list. So for hour in quarters, quotes, worker sum dot append. Now we want to append the what he must have. So self dot hours multiplied for self CDR for the amount of money that will they earn for every hour. So the number of hours they spend for the amount of this will go into worker sum. So now we want to write what they will what we will have in return. So let's return worker sum. Worker sums. So this will be the solution taken from XSQL solution, and then we will print it with print solution self, and here we will print self worker sums. Let's put the self here before self worker sums. And that's pretty much everything. And this should work. So we just made something not very complicated, but we used this class here to make the job. Let's see if it works. Quotes is not defined. Okay, you need to put a self here to make it. Okay, here is our, and I want also, let's do a self dot round, round this one to just 2 decimals, and let's do it a little bit more simple. 200, 300, and 500, because of course if they are now this will be 1000 divided by 100 will be 10, so $10 for every hour, and so will be 200, 300, and 500. In this case it's very simple, and there is no there will be nothing after the dot. Okay, so now that we did this, we want to print some random exercise. Let's see, 10. So to do this, we should have 4 random stuff. That will be the amount, def create exercise, self, then will be self amount will be equal run range we will use. So we will import run range from random, so self amount equal run range, and we will go from 1000 to 10,000 with a 100 of distance among each possible random value, and then we will go with the different how many of this we will go, and let's see, self number run range will limit to from 3 to 5 people to divide something, and then we're gonna make a different percentage. So we want to make the self quotes will be equal to so run range, let's say from 5 to 100 with a step of 5 for x in range self number. So we will be some different amount of, could be hours, could be contracts that the employers have made, to which you can divide this amount of money here. So once you did this, we don't want to do everything back to get again, so we will go to solution, and okay, we having defined this, we can go and do some other stuff like we can go to x1 dot create exercise. So we will define some random number, and then we wanna so equal x1 dot solution, and then we want to x1 dot print solution. Let's see what happens. Empty range for run range. Yeah, we need to put 10,000 here. So here we have our values, and we run them. You see here we got 4 values here, always 4. Now it's 3, now it's 3, now it's 4. So it goes from, let's add a 6 here, so we can have also 5 of this sometimes, maybe. So let's see now that we want to make a certain number of this one. And let's see, a full work, self num. So for x in range num, create create exercise, and we want to let's call it doc, this in which this list, and we want to make for x and range, we want to make it create an exercise. Then we want to make sol equal self dot solution. Okay, self doc dot append. Okay, we want to append the self amount, self dot quote. Okay, and self solution. And then say we're going to give it 10 exercises. Okay, now we have the exercises, the data, and the results here. And now we just want to print them in a nice way. So print x0, x1, x2. Let's see what happens. And then we want to also to okay, so we have the amount. So we're gonna get here divide this this price of this price of among different employees that have worked to the project for this amount of time. Among different employees working in proportion to the time, to the hours they work at to the project that are listed below. Okay, and then so for x in x1 print worker number count f count equals 0, count plus equal 1, and then the x. Okay, now number 1, number 5, we got all this different, and this is the solution. This is the solutions. Okay, so yeah. X sin x for x in x2 and string CNT. Nope, enumerate this one. So the one is this, two is the three is this one. So this is how to make different exercise for every. If you want to make it more different, you can of course make some random thing here. Instead of employees, you can use two different workers or something. Make different kind of text here, but will take you some time. If you want to be, you can also live like this. Okay, that is pretty much everything, and see you next time. Thank you.